Plan is to get to Scone today. Quite a long trip if I go as planned, but there's been a lot of rain. Getting through the forest, dingo tops, there's some steep slopes, some potentially muddy roads. Not sure I'm too keen on putting 250 kilos of bike through muddy, slippery roads. Maybe having to retrieve it a couple of times. Might just end up going through Wingham side tracks. I mean, these roads are good because they're all the main roads, but these are roads leading to towns. The other ones are pure forest roads, so they'll have no traffic. You can see this road gets reasonable traffic. It's the main road between Comboyne and Wingham. Not that there's a lot of traffic between those two places, but they are two of the larger areas, not including Taree, and this is the main road to connect them. Cloudy down there too. Not that we're that high up, or I'm that high up, it's about 500 metres. These roads are already a bit slippery. There's clay underneath. Ouch. They're different to gravel where, yes, the gravel's slippery, but at least underneath, once you break through the gravel, you end up with a hard surface. With this, you don't end up with a hard surface at all. It just stays soft. There's that cloud sitting on top of the mountains up there. It's also slow going, 40 k's. I might run out of time actually to get to Scone if I have to travel. I'm looking down, it says 40, I'm probably doing an average of 30. Take me too long. Oh yes, and all of that, add in the rain, so there's quite a bit of rain predicted, or not a lot of rain, but probably 10-12 millimetres predicted to make sure everything stays soggy. But I noticed yesterday that when it did rain, it could be really, really heavy. Oh, wallaby. You see garbage bins out, you know the road can't be too bad because one, people live here, and two, garbage truck comes and picks them up. Now that's a bridge. amazing countryside. If you want it to be a little bit self-sufficient, not have to drive to the shops every day, second day, or even every week. Some of these roads, pretty peaceful existence. Doing what, I'm not quite sure, but still be very peaceful. So glad this bike has amazing off-road ABS. The other bikes, the smaller bikes, the ABS off-road tends to be on-road, which doesn't do much. Sometimes you can switch it off, most of the times you can't. But even if you do manage to switch it off, you don't need it until you need it. If everything's going okay, you can manage it. When something happens that catches you unaware, that's when the ABS is nice. You just need to grab the brakes a bit harder. It's gone beyond the allowance for perhaps no ABS, or you don't have the right feel. I was worried about the other roads, not this one. It's the main road across Barrington Tops. Currently at about 1133 metres. I've been on this road twice before in the other direction and thought it's amazingly smooth. It's one of the best dirt roads around. But it's got a little bit of mud on it. It's a little bit slippery at parts. Got to be a little bit careful. I was going to go up around the northern part, which is a much more rugged road. It's got some interesting sections with some water crossings. I don't think there's been enough rain for that to be a problem, but parts of the roads that I saw online were quite rutted, and the rain would just make those worse. So I thought, well, I'll just take the safe way, and it is slippery. Even with a constant throttle, the rear's stepping out a little bit on some of these parts. I'm trying to find stones, rocks, or sections where people, there might be a build-up, so it's not too slushy. Not sure whether that's better or that's worse. Down the other side it's much more gravel, so it should be a lot easier. I noticed when I was sitting at Budge, Gloucester, there's a reasonable sized storm cell coming, which is why I took off a bit earlier than I planned to. I really need to deal with that as well. Not that it would change the road surface much, it's just the visibility goes down quite a bit. 2 trips before. One was with the Honda CRF 300 Rally, the other one was with the Aprilia Touareg 660. Awesome bike, but I should have kept that one. It's getting cold too, down to 9 degrees. sort of glad now I didn't take the Dingo Tops Forest track. Anyway, it's always there to do another time. That could have been interesting. We rushed past and then decided to stop. I don't know why, and crouched down as if I was going to hit him. Fortunately that didn't happen in front of me because he was a bit too big and there's no way I would have been able to avoid that, certainly not on this slop. Check the altitude and it starts to get a little bit squirrely there. Try again, a couple of pushes, 1500. That's why my hands are getting cold. Oh, another one. There we go. Sounds like coming up to the Pines picnic area. There it is. Amazing place, stuck in there. Some guy planted them. You can smell it. Wow, particularly when it's wet. Not a great design on the 1300 with the mudguard and the way the lights are. The 1250 was much better. Go through the slightest bit of mud. See, there's no brake lights, and of course they're integrated, so no blinkers. This has all been sealed. It was all dirt, horrible dirt, not very rusty.